caught up with Matt Wells, coach of the QAS program earlier. He gave us the okay to talk to some of the players. Let's have a talk to them and see what they've got to say about the program. So Dylan, first hockey club?
Tweed Heads, down New South Wales, playing on the border there. So.
And age when you started?
3 or 4, kind of quite. It's been a while, so.
And any ambitions when you were coming through the ranks?
You know, always wanted to play for Australia, so you know, always trying to push for that next level. So.
First hockey club?
Eastern Suburbs, up the Tigers in Brisbane.
And age when you started?
I think I was about 4.
And ambitions you had when you were coming through the ranks?
Just Olympic squad, Olympic team. That's always been it. Like watching the Olympics with Dad, it was always good, and then just always wanted to be a part of the Australian team.
First hockey club?
Saints, Hot Cairns Association.
Okay, and age?
About 10, 11, yeah. About when I was 10, 11, played then, yeah.
So first representative side for you?
Would have been under 13s, Brisbane, I think, or maybe under 11s. But then Queensland would have been under 12s.
Was the under 12 schoolboys, Queensland. So that was for the state, and then obviously Cairns, I played for Cairns under 13s.
Would have been under 12s for New South Wales schoolboys, but then again playing for the 13 nationals for Queensland was always good.
Nickname?
Borgie, Booger, Boogs, you know, go with anything with a B or ends with a G or ends with an S.
Comes from the last name?
Yeah, that's it.
Spoony, so everyone calls me Spoony, so obviously my last name's Wotherspoon.
Bump.
Bump?
Yes.
And
yes.
Is there a history behind that?
Well, it's just what my parents called me because I was a bump in Mum's tummy. That's about it, and it just stuck with me for the rest of my life.
And still got it to this day?
Yep, 18 years old, still called Bump.
So who would you not want to share a room with and why?
Probably Andrew Butterini, the goalie, and you know, he always stinks and not a good bloke.
Don't you live with him?
I do live with him, so that's enough, you know. It's always good to get away from him.
One of the keepers, so probably Nick Eds, because he eats a lot of steak and it costs a lot of money, and just keepers generally stink.
Look, I wouldn't want a room with Spoony because he's just too fresh.
Dylan Wotherspoon?
Dylan Wotherspoon. I think he's, you know, to keep up with his freshness, it's hard. You know, you can't compete with that when you're in the same room, so.
Influences throughout your career?
Probably coach now for QAS, Matt Wells, because he played defender, and then also Rob Hammond, because he's got a good name.
Oh, look, Mum, you know, Mum always brought me up in hockey. My sisters played, but they weren't my influence. But, you know, I just enjoyed the sport, enjoyed the running around, and then, yeah, obviously when I got older, you see the kookaburras and stuff, so you kind of get influenced by them a lot.
Would be my father. You know, he's always pushed me through. You know, he trained me from, you know, when I was younger, all the way up to until I moved out of home back up in Brisbane.
So you've come from Cairns to Brisbane, big move. How's that affected your life?
No, it's good. It's in a way it's affected a lot, but in a good way. It's, you know, this is my new home, so I'm treating it, you know, as just my house, like my home, and, you know, really enjoying it.
And get to see Mum and get back to Cairns?
Yeah. Get back up, you know, on often a weekend off when we have no training and stuff. Get back, see the family. But usually, you know, Mum loves travelling up here, so.
Like maybe my little brother that have been missing me, but I reckon they've been taking it well. You know, always like coming up here. It's only up the road, so. You know, they always come up in for a visit and come watch me play.
So you got a job, go to uni?
Yeah, working this year, uni next year. I've had, you know, a good 2 years off, you know, focusing on obviously hockey for a year and a half. So now I'm going to, you know, get back into uni and start focusing on that.
Aiming to get into what part of uni?
QUT, graphics, do some graphic design.
Yeah, I got a job, just a casual worker at Raptors Fish Market. So a couple of us boys there. So Faz and Butters, and then Daniel Bill, he also works there, so we always see each other around there.
And what fits in with the hockey is
Yeah, exactly. So we start early in the morning and we finish early in the afternoon, so we get out, have a sleep before we come out and train and do what we have to do.
Currently at QUT, doing Bachelor of Exercise Movement Science and Bachelor of Psychology, full-time. I don't know why I chose it, just sport, I thought I'd like it. Yeah, it's all right.
And the support from QAS?
Yeah, well, it's pretty good, the support. Like, they always, you know, I guess they're always pushing us because they always want us to reach that next level and, you know, represent Queensland and whatnot. So
we do a lot of gym work, makes us stronger, fitter, faster, that sort of stuff. And then like the general stuff of physios, doctors, if you ever get injured, that sort of stuff, you can go see them.
They've really helped push work, like, you know, help push work. They're really flexible with their times. Which is great because, you know, you can't always get good, you know, you can't always work and do the trainings they set, so flexibility is really good with QAS. We're in the Futures program at the moment, so we're going through a stage where Junior World Cup's coming up, so we need to focus for that.
So technology in the game today?
Just really GPS work. Like, so we chuck a GPS on it and see how far we run in a game and try and improve it, and how long we stay at a certain speed for. So like.
So it's attached
sprinting.
to you through the game.
Yeah, on our back, just at the back. And then also like the gate work, so 40-metre sprint, and you just work out how fast you're over 10, 20, 30, 40 metres.
So what does that GPS information give you at the end? For you personally, what is it looking to achieve?
Well, in the GPS unit, it's like tells you how fast you're running, how fast for the game you're spending running, like sprinting, and then how long of the time you're walking.
So how much do you run in a game of hockey?
About 8-9K.
It's really good. Like, we do a thing called sports code, so we go play our game and then watch it on the computer, and then we go see what we did wrong. And
So it's a video of the game?
yeah, it's a video of the game, and it has like each individual code. So I have my name when I touch the ball in the game, and then I have other parts of the game like penalty corners and whatnot. So
It has changed a lot. From from under 13s, you always had that little, have a look at what's going on with all the bigger boys, and it's definitely changed. You've got your stats with the computers. You got all the coding going on now in the game, so it's definitely changed.
And how's that improved your game?
Just generally like always wanting to run. Always when you have a GPS on the back, you always want to run. Even if you don't have a GPS, you want to beat the people that are having a GPS. So you're trying and competing for that extra running.
You get to look back on your games and have a look at what you've done wrong, what you could improve on, what you have done good.
then like I can come off the field, and then I know where I need to get better on, what I didn't do. So when the coach goes, look, you're not running here, I know where. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was being lazy there. So.
Favourite memory to date?
Is the Premier League. In 2011, we come down with a strong Cairns side, and it was Brisbane and Cairns in the finals. It was a really good game, tough, good, strong game, and yeah, we come up with a win, and we were very stoked about that. So it's good to knock Brisbane off their perch once in a while.
Probably scoring a goal in the Youth Olympic final. So
Which was held
in Singapore. So we got the gold medal there.
last year?
2010.
And gold medal.
Gold medal.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Big part of the games?
Yeah,
over
it was really good. Like, first international sort of game, so it was really good.
And obviously first time outside of Australia playing
First
hockey?
time outside of Australia playing hockey.
And what was that like?
Oh, it was really good. I was a little bit scared flying overseas. Never travelled overseas before, so I was a little bit scared, but it was really good. So they looked after us really good.
That would have been it, winning the gold medal with the team, just cheering, the crowd behind it. It was amazing. It was
How
great.
many people in the crowd?
2,000, 1,000, something like that.
Played before a crowd like that before?
No, never.
So what was the difference on the field with having 2,000 odd people on the sideline?
Just very loud. They were all cheering for it, even if they weren't even supporting Australia. They were all just yelling, yeah, go. And if you did a good tackle, they're like, awesome.
So if you weren't playing hockey, what would you be doing?
I would say football. Maybe
Sport.
a bit of, yeah, of course, sport. I love sports, so maybe AFL or something.
All right. Spoony, thanks for spending some time.
No worries.
What would Robert Bell be doing?
I don't know, probably playing another sport. I just love sport, I don't know, something other.
So what was it? Tennis player.
It's in sport?
Yep.
Excellent. Simon Borger, thanks for spending time on the Hockey Zone.
No worries.